Visits the Bahamas tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Rule. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news this year will be a critical one for a major governmental agency as it attempts to stem the tide of illegal immigrants and protect this country ports, whether on land or at sea. While significant strides have been made by this vital department in 2015, the minister responsible is predicting that greater challenges may lie ahead. Joan Davis-Roll has our top story.
Immigration officers are mandated to police our borders and various ports of entries. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Immigration, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, foreshadowing a challenging year for the Department of Immigration in 2016, as he reviewed that agency's efforts over the past year.
I wish also at this point to congratulate the Department of Immigration and all its officers for the stalwart and yeoman's work done on behalf of this country and guarding its borders. This has been a challenging and difficult year, and I do not think it's going to get any easier. I think that 2016 will be an even rougher one for immigration.
The minister says the government has spent thousands of dollars to repatriate scores of illegal immigrants, and their overall mission is expected to intensify.
Last year, we repatriated 5,398 people back to their home countries. And these included a number of nationalities, but the main nationality is Haitian. So that's 5,398 people. And today, there are 237 people in the detention center. About 70 of them are Cubans.
The immigration minister says the increased number of illegal Cuban nationals found in Bahamian waters continues to pose a serious challenge for the government.
Again, want to raise the issue of Cuban nationals that increasingly have been landing on Key Sal and the small islands close to the Cuban coast. We have too many Cuban nationals in the detention center, and it is posing a security issue for us. There were several incidents which led to the police being called to the center, and we are seeking to have those people expelled immediately from the country as quickly as possible. We're trying to work with the Cuban government because the longer people stay in from Cuba, it becomes a problem, and then there's a problem between Haitian detainees and Cuban detainees.
Joan Davis-Roll, ZNS Network News.
Next year, Bahamians who are eligible to vote will go to the polls to elect the next government of the Bahamas. Now, as we get closer to 2017, the Parliamentary Registration Department is working to ensure that all eligible voters are able to exercise their right to vote. Sabrina Brown has that story.
The Parliamentary Registration Department is stepping up its efforts to encourage eligible voters to register if they wish to participate in the 2017 general election. Assistant Parliamentary Commissioner Reno Smith says potential voters must prove that they are Bahamian citizens, 18 years or older, and are not subject to any legal incapacity. Smith explains which documents will be accepted to register.
The principal document that should be presented at time of registration is a Bahamian passport. The passport must be current. However, we will accept an expired passport of up to 1 year only. Any individual that is a holder of a certificate of registration or naturalization can present themselves to the office here in the National Insurance Building for registration. Persons with birth certificates only must bring the passport and birth certificate of the mother to this office for registration.
Smith notes that driver's licenses, baptismal certificates, NIB cards, and affidavits will not be accepted as proof of nationality. In 2012, nearly 28,000 people on Grand Bahama registered to vote. Smith says to date, under 1,000 people have been added to the new register. He says night registration is also underway at the Parliamentary Department in the National Insurance Building from 5 to 7 p.m., and there are plans to take the registration drive to other areas on the island.
We are awaiting additional staff. We have requested that some 14 persons be seconded from various government departments and agencies, and once we would have obtained that supplement staff, we will also begin mobile registration, where we will go to companies that have 50 or more persons, we will make it easy for them.
The Assistant Parliamentary Commissioner says they are working on other campaigns to boost voter registration on the island.
We have discovered that social media is a very effective tool, in addition to, of course, the various media houses. But the younger persons, those who are voting for the first time, those who are interested in registering, we find that social media is the way to go for those persons.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
In other news, the business community giving its take on national health insurance in the Bahamas. Tonight, a member of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce says that they are anxiously awaiting more details on this program. As the government continues to make significant improvements to the healthcare industry in preparation for national health insurance, co-chair of the membership committee of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, Lawrence Palmer, says the local organization supports the philosophy of universal health care.
Medical care should not be denied anyone based upon their economic ability to receive it. And so the real issue, I believe, in the country today is the methodology of achieving that result.
The government has faced its share of criticism over the program, which Palmer says still appears to be in its formative stage.
I know that there's been a declaration that there's a proposal that has been presented to Cabinet for a draft legislation that has been presented to Cabinet for review and agreement. From a business perspective, I think business owners, again, eagerly await the final word as to how the implementation will affect their businesses financially.
One of the areas he believes will be greatly affected is undoubtedly the insurance sector.
Businesses that engage in the selling of insurance, the insurance companies, the insurance agents and brokers, also wanting to know what role, if any, will there be for them in this new era of national health insurance. And so, like the rest of the country, I think the Chamber eagerly awaits the presentation of the government's final plan for NHI.
New leadership at the helm at the Grand Bahama Shipyard. ZNS News has confirmed that businessman Steve Jervis is the new Chief Executive Officer. Jervis replaces Carl Watkirch, a native of Finland who retired in June of last year. Now, we also understand that there has been some additional changes at the Shipcare facility. Acting CEO and Vice President of Operations Ruben Bird is no longer with the company. Bird served as interim acting president following Watkirch's retirement last year. ZNS News has also learned that Human Resources Director Kay Forbes Smith and at least 2 other Bahamians in key positions are no longer on staff at the Grand Bahama Shipyard. Well, Resorts World Bimini has terminated its fast ferry service to the island as of Sunday, January 10th. Resort officials say they hope to improve transportation to the island for hotel guests by reintroducing daily nonstop flights to the United States. On its website, Resort World has announced that the time has come to change the way passengers travel to that island. The resort has launched a new initiative called Break for Bimini, which will offer daily nonstop commercial air services from South Florida to Bimini with Cape Air or Silver Airways, giving passengers less time in transit and more time to enjoy their vacation in Bimini. Now, reviews on various travel sites also noted visitors' dissatisfaction with the 3-hour cruise time and limited time on the island. This move has also been endorsed by Tourism Minister Obi Wilshcombe. In a statement from Resorts World, Wilshcombe said Resorts World and the island of Bimini once again has daily commercial air services to benefit the resort's guests and Biminites. The new operations, coupled with enhanced ferry service, he noted, will further cement the resort as one of the Caribbean's most modern and luxurious resorts. He thanked officials for their continued investment on that island. And it is also unclear how the pullout of the fast ferry would impact jobs on the island of Bimini. Stay with us, there's more news right after this.